Good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin Valdez, and I'm part of your communications class. And my story is going to be about how my sister ended up being the person that took me out for my first vacation up until the age of 17 outside of El Paso, Texas area. So we ended up I ended up getting that as a gift for my 17th birthday, right? She ends up asking me a couple days before my birthday if I'm going to be busy over the weekend, if I'm doing anything for my birthday, right? I tell her no, I don't work. I ended up getting the days off for my birthday specifically, right? But I had no specific plans. So she tells me that her and her boyfriend and her little brother were planning to go to California and they were going to invite me for my birthday if I was okay with that, right? And how am I not going to be okay with that? I immediately say yes, right? I'm immediately hopping on to whatever. Like, if we're going today, we're going today, tomorrow. So she's like, yeah, chillax, right? We're going to be going over the weekend. We'll drive over, stay a couple days, drive back. So day that we're going to be driving comes, and all I can do is think about how excited I am. I wake up, I get ready, right? We end up heading out, and even the drive to California was fun for me just because it was a change of scenery from everything in El Paso, all the brown, all the shrubbery, right? So the drive there was fun. We get to California and the weather is immediately amazing, right? We get to our hotel, everything looks beautiful because we're in downtown LA, right? So it looks super, super pretty. And we sleep the night so that way next morning at about 6 we can wake up and go to Disneyland. So we wake up really early so we can beat the traffic. We get to Disneyland and it was I if I could describe it in words I could, but it's basically the biggest nostalgia trip you'll ever have if you haven't ever been there before, right? It's all your favorite movies from your childhood, even from like your teenage years, all the Harry Potter stuff now. 'Cause when we went, at least they had the Harry Potter stuff, Mickey, Minnie Mouse, right? So stuff you saw when you were a little kid, right? Them being like flirty and cute on the screen, right? So they do that in person, right? One of them trips, falls over, the other one comes, picks them up, does that little like hand thing with their mouth. So for me, at least, it was a lot of fun just because it was such a big nostalgia trip. And along with that, it was just a lot of like bonding time with my sister because she was the person that took me there. She was kind of like leading the way. So I ended up getting really, really close with my sister on this trip. So I really her for taking me on this trip. Second day after Disneyland, we end up going to Six Flags. So Disneyland was a lot of fun. We go home, hotel, right, wake up, same kind of plan, wake up early in the morning. That way we can head to Six Flags before the traffic. We get to Six Flags, and specifically for this day, that's when I was the most nervous just because I had never been on a big roller coaster ride. Western Playland here has a couple of the small ones, and then Wet and Wild, has those medium water ones, but those don't really count. So getting on stuff like the Superman, Goliath, all those kind of really big rides at Six Flags is kind of spooky, at least, right? So my sister tells me just to kind of, breathe, calm down, because everything's super safe, right? Millions upon millions of people ride these, and it's super safe, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever, right? Hop on. First big one I think we got on to was the Goliath, right? So that one's just a super fast, like twisty, turny ride, and after that, I fell in love. I caught the bug. I couldn't stop asking my sister, where's the next big one? Where's the next fast one? Where's the next crazy one, right? Because getting that new kind of random new surge of adrenaline was so much fun, so crazy, right? Because you've never been it. You're 80 feet in the air, all of a sudden you're like 3 feet in the floor, right? Whatever, and you pat your body, you check your head, you're all there, and you're like, let's do it again. So Six Flags was at least the most exhilarating day, right? Maybe not the most memorable, but I'm still not gonna ever forget Six Flags, right? And the feeling it gave me. So the second day was also super fun. And then third day, that was kind of more of our chillax days. So we're gonna go to Newport Beach and then the Newport Mall as well, just to kind of walk around before our long drive back home. So we get home from Six Flags, same plan, wake up a little bit early, but not as early as we had been. So maybe like 7, 8, because I mean you don't have to go to the mall at 7 in the morning, right? So we end up waking up, get ready, we go to Newport Beach, and it's beautiful, right? Because it's water as far as you can see. It's super soft sand. Everything is The weather is super nice. It's not like a cloud in the sky. At least when we went, right, there was no clouds in the sky. You can be walking shirt on, shirt off, and you'd be perfectly fine either way, right? And it was just a kind of like different vibe, I guess, right? As weird and corny as that sounds, it's kind of more relaxed. You don't have to worry as much about how like hot it's gonna be. I'm gonna be sweating. I could kind of just like head out, and the weather's gonna agree with me. The scenery's gonna agree with me. So at least going to the beach was really fun for me and made me fall in love with California a little bit more. And then for after that, we went back to the hotel, showered real quick, and then went to the Newport Mall, and that one was actually pretty fun as well. We went to like stuff like the Gucci store, the Tesla like little store that they have in there. We're not gonna get a Tesla, but just to like kind of see the cool stuff, right? But one of the cool cars that we saw a bunch of Lamborghinis. We saw an Audi R8, which here in El Paso I've seen a couple, but I mean like a Lamborghini, like stuff like that is another reason why I kind of fell in love with California, just because you see stuff you don't see in El Paso. The green scenery, the water, the beaches, the really, really fancy cars. So that was kind of the big thing about the third day, was kind of just these little things about the California, I guess, culture, right? Like people are not in a rude way, right? But like a little bit more flashy, right? You drive with your top down because the weather's nice enough too. And that was kind of what really made me fall in love with California, just kind of how everyone, you can relax, you can step out, the weather's amazing, the scenery is amazing, like I've repeated a million times, and you can just go anywhere and you'd I can imagine you'd have fun. So overall, the 3 days that I went with my sister for that little vacation were amazing. I can't thank her enough, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.